What's up, YouTube? Here's another bike that John hasn't seen yet, but today we're going to be talking about the difference from a torque converter and a straight chain. Now, obviously on this bike I'm running a straight chain setup, but on my other bike I have a torque converter setup, which I'm not going to pull out, but yeah. So just depending on where and like how you intend to use your bike. I'm not going to say where you live, because I live in the city. This isn't the country. This is, you feel me? I live in the city. So bikes like this with a straight chain setup, you're going to get more top speed for less money. This is how I see it. More top speed for less money. Because with the straight chain, it's just, as you see, boom, carburetor, I'm already pushing 60. And when I said this, what I meant by this is like, you need more power with the torque converter to actually get higher speeds. With the straight chain, you don't need as much power. I'm not saying you need less power, but you don't need as much power because CVT is ran like a transmission. The straight chain is power to wheel, okay? So, and it also depends on what kind of frame you have. This is a CT200 frame. These frames are a lot lighter than the Baja Warrior frames, B200 frames, yada, yada, yada. So, on these, you would get more top speed out of it, but let's just say you're more of a country type of person and you know, ride and stuff like that. You would probably want a torque converter because a straight chain offline, you're not going to get much speed. Now, when you actually get going, yeah, but when you got hills and inclines, like stuff like that, then it's, you feel me? Now this obviously can make it up that, but while doing that, you're gonna burn up your clutch. So in the longer run, it'll probably be better for you to get a torque converter. Now, another thing is, let's say you want to do wheelies. This bike, I probably could lift the front wheel up if I tried. I'm not going to, due to the fact of the less amount of torque that I have versus the amount of torque I would have with a torque converter. Which obviously it's in the name, torque converter, you feel me? But in my opinion, I'd say, I don't know, it really just depends. Me personally, since I like doing wheelies and shit, I'd say a torque converter would be best, and I live in the city, so just depending on what you're using the bike for, you feel me, that's what you're gonna have to rely on. So some cons about straight chain though, after a while, once these clutches start to get worn out, you'll have problems starting it. You'll think something's wrong with the motor, you probably tear the whole carb down and all this other stuff, but no, it's just that the clutch is bad. So you feel me? If this can't spin freely without this moving, your clutch is bad. I'm just go ahead and, you feel me, say it like it is. And when you try to start it, it's not going to start. It'll only start when you bump start it. That's the indication of a bad clutch. And your chain being too tight could also cause problems with that. So that's some of the you feel me, the bad habits of that. Now with the torque converter, I'd say some of the bad things on that is the belts, they wear out really fast, especially if you don't install it right. But even just normally, they wear out within like 2 weeks of riding. This obviously you don't got to worry about that. So I mean, it has its pros and cons. That's just my feedback on the two. Yeah, but like I said, me personally, the cheaper route, probably getting a torque converter. The easier route is doing a straight chain. So cheap versus easy, and in the long run, this would actually be more.
The choice is yours.